Hello guys, good day. Look who's here. Look what I brought. Okay, before we start on this, I owe you guys an apology. I know I apologize a lot on this channel. If you remember the last video I dropped, which was the bucket art, I actually mentioned I wasn't feeling fine, so it took me a while before I actually got really better. And also, I've been having a little bit of issue with my YouTube channel, and it's actually been sorted. I'm making progress with it, so that's actually why I have that long break, and I actually needed it. So, that being said, and I hope my apologies accepted. I am sorry for that long break. I hope, because I don't want to promise, I hope we'll not be having such long break again. Amen. So, in this video tutorial, as you can see what I have here, we'll be making this pretty, look at that, this pretty toddler, or yeah, toddler bag. Very cute. Remember, we are making a set, a 4-in-1 set. So we have the pant, we have the top, we have the bucket hat, and this is the last piece. In case you're interested in any of those, please check the channel. We have all the 4 videos there, detailed, the 3 videos rather. So I quickly had to get the other pieces. So here is the bucket hat. In case you are interested, check the channel. Here is the top, look at that. And also here is the pant. So in case you're interested in any of these tutorials, we have it on the channel. So in today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make this beautiful bag. As in, it's so beautiful, and it has a longer strap in case you want to carry it as a cross bag. So I'll be taking you through this step by step, and it's quite easy to make, very easy. So before jumping, this is what the inside looks like. In case you want to have it closed, you can just add these magnets that will put it in bags to hold it. I just want it to be as simple as possible. That's why I did not have, I actually have it. That's why I did not add it at all. I want it to be something you can easily pick up your yarn and make. And as for the bead, it's quite optional. You can decide not to add it. So without wasting much time, let's jump right into the materials we'll be needing to make this gorgeous bag. So these are the materials we'll be needing. I'll be starting with the yarns. As you can see, I have something big today. It's called the Yeye Extra. In case you're in Nigeria or Ghana that you have access to Yeye products, I used Yeye Extra and I doubled my strand because we are making a bag. We want it to be thick. We want some thickness so that it can sit and stand on its own, just like this. So that's what I'm using to. But just in case you don't have access to this Yeye Extra, you might need to work with about 5 or 6 strands of Yeye Regular. This is Yeye Regular. As you can see, that is thinner. Look at that. This is one strand, and this is a strand of Yeye Extra. As you can see, there is a big difference. So I actually have another bag I did here. It's right here, something similar to what we are making. So this right here, I think I used six strands, so it's very thick, as you can see. So in case you don't have Yeye Extra, you can work with this. You'll be needing 5 to 6 strands to work with for you to achieve some thickness. So as for me, I'll be using this and I'll be working with 2 strands. So we'll be needing tiny yarn as well, thin yarn. I'll be using 2 strands of this to make the flower, the petals of our flower right here. I'll be using 2 strands of this together, and I'll be using just a strand of this thing for the inside. You see this pink we have in the middle of our flower? I'll be using just 1 strand to do that. And also for the chains, I'll be using 2 strands of this. So you might be needing a thicker yarn and a thinner yarn to make this. Do you get? And in case you have just thicker yarn, you can just work with that. That means you'll be making just you will not be needing up to 12 pieces of flour that I did here, because your flour will end up getting big. So that being said, I hope that is clear enough. So I'll be working with 2 sizes of hook. I'll be working with size 4 mm. This is what I'll be using to make the bag. And I'll be working with size 2.5 mm as well. I'll be using this to make the flower and the chains. I'll be using my 4.0 mm to make the longer strap. I hope that makes sense. I'll be needing some glue. I use that to attach my flowers and also my beads. I'll be needing beads. I'll be needing size 6 and size 4 pair of bead. It's actually optional. If you don't have this, you can totally skip it. Your bag will still come out nice even without the beads. And we'll also be needing tapestry needle or darning needle. And finally, we'll be needing a pair of scissors to cut our yarn ends. So this are the materials we'll be needing in the course of this tutorial. So that being said, let us jump right into it and make this beautiful bag together. So we'll start our bag. As you can see, like I said, I'll be working with 2 strands of the thick yarn. So we're going to be starting with a magic ring, and I'll show you how to do that quickly. So I'm going to grab my yarn. I'm going to place this on my palm just like this, and I will go ahead and hold the base detail with my thumb like that, and I'll go ahead and wrap this around my finger, 2 fingers. As you can see, like I made a cross in front. Let me show you that again. Wrap this around my fingers just like that. I'll bring this to the back. So, and I'm going to hold this down with my pinky finger just like that, and I'm going to grab my 4.0 mm hook. Now I'll go right inside. As you can see, I'll grab the yarn at the back just like that. I'll make a twist, and I'll hold this. I'll hold everything so that I can remove these 2 fingers, and I'll go ahead and make a chain. We just made our magic ring. You see this tail inside? I'll bring it out. As you can see, it is adjustable. So in case you are confused, please rewind and watch that again until you get it. So I'm going to chain 2 more. 1, 2. So that's 3 chains, which is our first double crochet. We are working with double crochet. So right now we are to work 12 double crochets in total in this magic ring. 12. So we have 1 already, so we'll go ahead and add 11 more. So let me quickly show you how to make a double crochet. You yarn over, you go right into your circle, you pull your yarn, you grab your yarn, you pull out a loop. You have 3 loops. You yarn over, you pull through the first 2. You have 2 loops, you have yarn over, pull through the last 2. So we just made our double crochet. So with the chain 3, we have 2 double crochets. We have 10 more to go. Let me show you that again. You yarn over, you go right in, you pull out a loop, you yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. Let me show you that again. Lastly, you yarn over, go right inside, pull out a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets. I have 8 more to go because we need 12 double crochets in total. So go ahead and complete your 12 double crochets. So right here, this is what I have. As you can see, starting from our chain 3, so we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I have 12 in total. You see this ring, this tail we have right here. I'll go ahead and pull tight, but careful, make sure you don't break your yarn. So I have that pulled. As you can see, that we have that closed up completely. So we'll go ahead and slip stitch on top of our chain 3. So this is the chain 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. This is the 3rd chain right there. I'll go ahead and make a slip stitch. I'll go right in and slip stitch just like that. So we just completed our first round. So right now, moving on to the second round, we are going to chain 3. Remember, our chain 3 counts as our first stitch. So I'll chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. So I have 3 chains, and in that same stitch, that chain 3 we have below, I'll go ahead and add 1 more double crochet. So I'll add 1 more. I'll go right inside and work 1 more double crochet, and into our remaining stitches we are going to be working 2 double crochets for each stitch. In this round, we are increasing in all stitches. Remember, we started with 12 double crochets. So at the end of round 2, we are going to have 24 double crochets. So moving to the next, which is this, we have to work 2 double crochets inside as well. So 1, I'll yarn over, and I'll go back into that same space, that same stitch, and add 1 more. So you will go ahead and repeat this all through. 2 double crochets in all your stitches. Right here, you do not work inside because this is a slip stitch. We don't work inside. So at the end of this round, you have 24 stitches, including your chain 3. So when I have all this done, I'll come and let you know the next thing to do. So I have my round 2 done. I'll just go ahead and flatten it out like this. So we have that, and I will go ahead and slip stitch. You can see our previous slip stitch, so we are going to skip that, and we'll slip stitch on top of our chain 3, which is right here. So we have our second round completed, just like this. So for the 3rd round, we are going to start with chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and we are going to move to the next stitch, which is this right here, and we are going to work 2 double crochets inside. So yarn over, I'll go right in, work my first double crochet, and I'll go back and add one more. So our pattern for this round is 1 double crochet, then we make an increase in the next, 1 double crochet, we make an increase in the next. So we have our chain 3, which is our first double crochet, and we have our increase in the next stitch. So you work 1 double crochet, then 2 double crochets here, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets here. So we go ahead and repeat it all the way until you get to the very end. Remember, we are not working in our slip stitch. So when I have this done, I'll come and let you know the next thing to do. So this is what I have after completing my round 3, and just like we did for the previous round, I'll flatten it out, straighten it out just like that. And at the end of round 3, we have 36 stitches in total. So I will go ahead and slip stitch on top of our chain 3, which is this right here. 1 2 3. This is our slip stitch. As you can see, that I am skipping that. So I'll go ahead and slip stitch. So moving to round 4, we are going to chain 3, which is our first stitch. So after chaining 3, we are going to work 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and we are going to make an increase in the third stitch. We are going to make an increase there. 1. I will go back and add one more. So this will be the pattern and the repetition for this round. You are going to work 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, then you make an increase in the third stitch, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, then you work 2 double crochet in the next, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 in the next. So that will be the repetition all the way. So we go ahead and repeat this 11 more times. We are working 12 in total, so we have 1 round done, so we have 11 more to go. So go ahead and do this. Remember, you are not working in your slip stitch. So when I have this completed, I'll come and let you know the next thing to do. So right here at the end of round 4, we have 48 stitches in total. So this is what we have. So for the final round, I'm going to start with chain 3 as usual. 1 2 3, and moving to the next stitch, you work 1 double crochet. Moving to the next stitch, you work 1 double crochet, and on the 4th stitch we are going to make an increase. So 1, and we go ahead and add 1 more in that same stitch, and this will be the repetition for this round. 1 2 3, then we make an increase. 1 2 3, we make an increase. 1 2 3, we make an increase. So that will be the repetition for this round, and at the end of round 5, we are going to have 60 stitches in total. So go ahead and do yours. So right here, this is what I have after working my 5th round, and we have our 60 stitches completed. So this is what it looks like, and I'll take the measurement, and we have about 5, almost 6 inches, 5.5 inches wide, and I'm going to stop here. But in case you're making this for a teen, like teenager, or you're making for yourself, or you want it bigger, trust me, you can go ahead and add 1 or 2 more rounds. But as for me, remember, I'm making for the age of 12 to 18 months, which is the size we've been working with. So I don't want it too big, but like I said, you can add more rounds. And also, in case you're working with a very thick yarn, yours might actually be bigger than mine. So that being said, right now we are going to be working slip stitch, and we are going to be working 20 slip stitches in total. You see this slip stitch we did here to finish off is going to count as our first slip stitch. So that's 1. I'll go into the next right here and work a slip stitch. That's 2. I'll go in, pull out a loop, and pull through that loop. That's 3. I'll go in, pull out a loop, go through that loop. That's 4. Go in, pull out a loop, through that loop. That's 5, and I will go ahead and continue this until I have 20 in total. So this is what I have after completing my 20 slip stitches. So after that, I'll chain 1 and fasten off. So we just completed the first side of our bag. Remember, we are making a bag, of course it's going to have 2 sides. So we'll go ahead and make another piece, exact thing. You follow the exact pattern. So when I have my second piece, I will come back and let you know the next one we'll be doing. So go ahead, follow the pattern, rewind, and go through the same thing and work your second piece. When I have this done, I'll come and let you know the next thing to do. So right here, I have my 2 pieces ready. As you can see, I did the exact same thing. So I have my 20 slip stitches and I fasten off. So this aside. So the second one, we are not going to fasten off. We are not going to cut off our yarn. So after working my 20 slip stitches, I will go ahead, chain 1. I have chain 1 here, and we start working in the back loop. Whenever we go through our stitches, we actually go through 2 loops. As you can see, we have this shape here like a V shape, The one right in front of us is called the front loop, and the one at the back is called the back loop. So we are going to be working in the back loop now. So we have to work 40 single crochets in total. So I'll go right inside, pick the back loop and work my single crochets. So that's one. I'll pick the back loop, that's two. I'll go right in, that's three. I'll make sure my tension is very tight, that's four, five. Now I'll continue this until I have 40 single crochets in total. So right here I have my 40 single crochets done. So moving on to the next thing, we are going to chain one and turn, and we'll repeat the same thing again. We'll go ahead and work one single crochet in all our stitches. So that is we are going to be working 40 single crochets in total, which will bring us right here. So starting from the very first, I chained one and turn. So starting from the very first stitch, work my first single crochet. Make sure your tension is tight because we want it very firm. So 3, 1 2 3, the 4. So I will go ahead and repeat this, work my single crochet round, and when I get here, when I have my 40th stitch done, I will chain one again, turn, and repeat the same thing. So we'll be working 3 rounds of single crochets in total. So we have one done, we are doing the second, and we have one more to go. So when I have the 3 rounds done, I will come back and let you know the next thing to do. So after working the 3 rounds, this is what I have, and right here I have what I want. So in case you want your bag to be more wider, so you can add more rounds, but I'm okay with this. Remember, I'm making for 12 to 18 months, so max 24 months. So after doing this, in case you want your bag to have more structure and you want it to be more firm, I suggest you can add plastic canvas, this white plastic canvas. I don't have a piece around me here. I will have shown you what it looks like. You can actually have that in both sides. You just gum it or you just sew it to this, so it's going to give it more structure and make it harder. So after working my 3 rounds, I chained one. I'm going to leave a long tail because I'll be using that to sew these 2 pieces together. So I'm going to leave a quite long tail and fasten that off, and I'm going to pull that out. So right here. So before we move to the next thing, I'll go ahead, hide this end. For the second piece, I'll hide this end. So after sewing in all my ends, after hiding all the ends, so right now we are going to join this together. So my yarn tail, I'm going to thread that. I'm going to thread my needle with that, and I'm going to grab my pieces. So you see where we have a thicker end right here, that's where we have our slip stitch, and that will be at the top, the opening of the bag. So right here is where we are going to sew to this 40 single crochets. So we are going to have it in this manner, and we are going to be going through both loops here. Then we'll be going through just the facing out right here. Right now it will be called the back loop, because the one right in front of us is called the front loop, while the one at the back is called the back loop. So we pick both loops from this. Then you can see this is where we stopped our slip stitch right here. So we are going to start joining right here. So we'll go through the one at the back loop. Now pull that through. So I'll go through that first one again so that I can secure it very well. So now moving to the next. So I'll pick both loop here, the one right in front of me, and I'll pick the back loop on the second piece. I'll show you that again. Both loop, you pick both loop of the first piece, and you pick the back loop of the second piece, and that's how we'll continue joining the 2 pieces together. So both loop and back loop. So I will go ahead and continue joining until I have this completely joined right here, and when I have that done, I will come and show you the next thing to do. So this is what I have when I have it completely joined right here, and you see, right, I will go into that very last stitch, both loop and the one at the back. I'll go through it again so that I can make a knot to secure my sewing. So I made a loop, and I'll go through that loop, and make a knot right there, and I'll go ahead and hide this tail. I'll find a way, find somewhere somehow to hide this tail. So okay, trying to pull that out. Okay, I will thread my needle again and go a little bit further so that I can have it well hidden. So I have that hidden, and I will just go ahead and fasten off, cut off the excess yarn tail, and I'm going to turn this inside out, just like so, just like this. So I'm going to straighten that out so that we can have the shape of our bag. Look at that. Our bag has taken shape and form already. Look at the opening. So this is what it looks like, and we have the major parts. We have it done, and we are going to set this aside. And the next thing we'll be doing, we'll be adding the flowers. We are going to be making the flowers we want to add. We're going to be making the chains and the long strap. So let me get my yarn. So for the flower, I'll be working with 2 colors. Remember our set, we're actually working with 2 colors. I'm working with color pink and color white. So I'll be starting with this color pink, and I'll be using this thin yarn as I explained when talking about the materials. So I'll be using this thin yarn, just 1 strand, for the middle part, the center of my flower, and I'll be using color white with double strand of this for the petals. So I'm going to make a magic ring just like we did for the bag. So I believe we know how to do that already. So I'll just make my magic ring, and I switched my hook already to size 2.5 mm hook. So I switched my hook. So I'll make my magic ring, and I will go ahead and work 6 single crochets in this magic ring. We are working with single crochets. So I'll go right inside the magic ring, pull out a loop, yarn over, and pull through hole. So that's my first single crochet. So that's 1. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have 6 single crochets done, as you can see, and I'll pull this yarn tape tight because I'm done with this pink yarn. But before cutting that off, I'm going to grab my white yarn. Like I said, I'll be working with 2 strands for the white. As you can see, this is 2 strands. So we are going to start working our petals. So I'll go into the first single crochet I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. This is the first single crochet. I'll go right inside, and I'll grab my white yarn, pick that up, and use that to make a slip stitch. I'm going to pull this. So after making a slip stitch with that, this is what we have, and I'll go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So after chaining 3, I'll yarn over. I'll go into that same stitch right here. Inside the same stitch, I'll hide this tail along, and we are going to work a double crochet. I'll work a double crochet. After working a double crochet, I'll chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and I will go back into that same stitch and work a slip stitch. I'll go in, pull out a loop, and slip stitch. So let me show you that again. I'll move into the next single crochet, which is this. If you move here, you just skip this stitch. So I'll move here. This is the next stitch right here. I'll go right in, pull my yarn, and work a slip stitch so that I can move in there. So after working a slip stitch, I'll chain 3. 1, 2, 3. After chaining 3, we are going to work a double crochet. I'll yarn over. I'll go back into that same stitch right here and work a double crochet. After working a double crochet, I'll chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3, and I'll go back into that same stitch and work a slip stitch. So we just worked 2 petals. So to work a petal, we are going to work slip stitch inside the next stitch, chain 3, work a double crochet, chain 3, and slip stitch all in the same stitch. So let me show you one more time. I'll go into my next stitch, which is this. I'll grab my yarn and work a slip stitch. I'll chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. I'll yarn over. I'll go back into that same stitch, work a double crochet right there. Then I'll chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. and I will go into my stitch again, the same stitch, and work a slip stitch. So we just worked the third petal. So we go ahead and repeat this until we have our 6 petals completed, and I will come and show you the next thing to do after I have my 6 petals done. So after completing my 6 petals, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so I'll go right here into my first stitch right here. I'll work a slip stitch again, then I'll chain 1 and I'll fasten off. I'm not going to leave a long tail because I'll be using my glue to join it to my bag. So I'll pull that out. So we have our flower. You see this pink yarn right here, I'll fasten that off. You see these 2 pinks, I'm going to make a knot with them. I'll make 2 knots so that I can secure my magic ring. So I made 2 knots, and I'll fasten off the excess yarn tail from those, because this will be under, and I'll be putting my glue over that. So this will also come in like this. So we have our flower. I'm going to decorate it, like I'm going to be generous with my bag. As you can see the design from the thumbnail and also from the first video in the first short clip of the bag in the video. So I'm going to be placing this all around. So I'll be working 12 of this in total. If I finish it, fine. If I have some left, fine. I'm going to be putting that just in one side. I'm not putting on both sides. Do you get? So where I want to be the front of my bag, that's where I'm going to be placing my flowers. So I'll go ahead and make 11 more. If you don't want it many, if you just want it few, you can just go ahead and make maybe just 5 and just place them around. But for me, I want it fully attached around like this, like I want it really full. So when I have my flowers done, I'll come and show you what it looks like and the next thing to do. So I have all my 12 flowers done. Look at that, very simple to make, like very quick and fast. So I have all done. I'm going to set this aside, and we are going to be making these small cute chains we have for the bag handle, and we are going to be making that now. That is very quick also and very fast. So I'll be working with 2 strands of this, and if you want, you can go ahead and use your thick yarn, but I don't want it to be too thick because I'll still be adding a long strap, like a longer strap. So I'm going to make a slip knot, just like that, and I will go ahead with my 2.5 mm hook. I will go ahead and chain 16. So I have 1 2 3. I will go ahead and complete 16 chains. So I have my 16 chains done right here. So starting from the second chain from the hook, this right here is not a chain, this is a loop. So we are not counting from here, we are counting from here. This is our first chain, so we'll be skipping that. That will be our turning chain. So we'll start working from here, and I'll be working in the back bump. So you are going to flip your chain over. You see those little bumps we have at the back? That's where we are going to work. So I'll skip this first chain, and into the second chain right here, I'm going to flip that over. This is the back bump, and I'll work my single crochet. So we are going to work 15 single crochets in total. I have 1. I'll go right in, 2, 3, and I'll go ahead and complete my 15 chains in total. So when I have that done, I will come and let you know the next thing to do. So I have my 15 single crochets completed. I'll chain 1 and I'll fasten off. I'll leave a tail, but not too long tail, and I'll pull that out, and I'm going to stretch this out or straighten it out. So right now we'll go ahead and make, it depends on how long you want your chain to be. So I'll be needing 12 or 11 of this. I'm going to do 12, so in case I just decide to do it 11, which is fine, I prefer to have excess. Do you get? So I'll be making 12 of this, but then I'll be mixing colors. I'll be working 6 of this color pink and 6 in color white. So because as you can see the design of the bag, we have the 2 colors mixed for the hand chain, so for the back chain. So we are going to work 12 of this, and I'm going to work 6 pink and 6 white. So when I have that done, we'll come and do the last thing, which is the long strap, and after that we are going to join our pieces together and our bag will be ready. So as you can see, I have my 12 pieces, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So right here, and I'm going to set this aside. So finally, for the longer strap, I am actually going to use my thick yarn You see this yarn, this is what I'm going to use, and I will be switching back to my 4.0 mm hook. So to make the we are going to be making the, I think it's called the I cord or something. So I'll be using that for the what's it called, for the longest strap. So to do that, take the measurement of the length of this long strap you want. Maybe you want the long strap to be around 15 inches, 12 inches. So when you have that done, you are going to double that. Okay, so for example, let's say you want your long strap to be 15 inches, like 15 inches long. So you are going to double that 15 times 2, of course that's 30. So you are going to measure 30. Watch closely what I'm doing. So you're going to measure 30. So remember, you want it is just an example. If you want your strap longer, you want it 20 inches, that means you are going to double that. That's 40. So you are going to be measuring 40 inches long of your yarn. So I'm just using 30 as an example. So I have my 30. So after having this 30 yarn tail right here, I will go ahead and make a slip knot. So just like that, you can see I have this here and I have my knot. So we are going to start making the cord. So I'll go right in. I'll bring this forward, and this is the yarn tail. This is the yarn tail that is connected to my yarn ball. This is the tail connected to my yarn ball. This is the 30 inches we set aside, and this is where I made the knot. I hope I'm clear enough. Please just rewind in case you are confused. So after doing that, I inserted my hook, and we are going to start making our high cord. Very simple to make. You see, this is the yarn connected to the yarn ball. So I will wrap that around my finger, just like I normally do if I want to work. And I'm going to grab this second yarn tail, the 30 inches yarn tail. I will wrap that around my hook. Watch closely, and I will grab my working yarn and pull through. I'll wrap this round, grab my working yarn and pull through. Again, this is the yarn, this is the 30 inches yarn tail. So I'll wrap that round, grab my working yarn, pull that through, wrap around my hook, pull my working yarn, pull through, just like that. So just keep going. You can see that it's thick enough, you don't need to work back. But in case you find this very confusing, trust me, just go ahead, make your chains. Maybe you want like 100 chains, 150, depending on the length of the strap you want. After that, just chain one, turn and work one single crochet in all your stitches. Or if you want your strap thick, if you want it thicker, you can go ahead and work half double crochet in all your chains. So, and I would suggest you work in the back bump. That is if you are working with chain, but I find this more easier and it saves time. This is my own preference. So instead of going all the way back to your chains, I find it really tiring. So that's why I prefer using this. So I'll wrap around my hook and pull through, wrap around, pull through, just like that. So that's one thing with this. In case this is too short, you have to pull all this out and add more. And looking at it, it's quite short. I would suggest instead of doubling your what's it called, doubling the length you want, I would suggest you actually triple it. Having excess is better than you have it short. You now have to pull everything out and starting again. So if you want 15 inches long, I would suggest you triple it, because with the look of things, this is going to be very short. So that means you'll be leaving 45 inches long yarn tail. Make your slip knot and start working. I hope my explanation is clear. And in case you find it very confusing, please work with your chain. Just do your number of chains you want and work half double crochet if you want a thicker strap. Like I said, triple the number of the inches you want for your strap. If you want 15 inches long strap, you triple that, so you're going to have 45 inches. If you want 20 inches long strap, you're going to triple that, so in total you're going to have 60 inches that you're going to leave behind. So I hope that makes sense. I'll go ahead and work my strap and I'll come and show you what mine looks like, and we come and join our pieces together. So I want my bag to be able to give like a cross bag for my clients. I want it to be able to carry it as a cross bag. So these are around 35 inches, 36 inches. And one thing I like about this I cord is it is stretchy. it's quite stretchy. So this is my own high cut. As you can see, it is thick. So we are going to set this aside and we are going to start joining our chains. So this depends on you. You can decide to start with white or you start with your pink. So you bring out all your chains, all this. So you can decide to start with color pink or you decide to start with color white. So this is the center. I'm going to be starting, I'll grab my yarn, my needle. So I'm going to start with color pink and I'm going to thread my needle with the yarn tail. I'll use this longer one. You see, we have 3 rounds of single crochet, 1 2 3, and this is where we joined, making it to look like we did 4 rounds. So in this center, I'll go right below. This is our first stitch, this is the second, so I'll go below the second single crochet or in between the second and the third. So I'll go right in and pull that through. Yeah, so I want that through like that, and we are going to join this. Can be tricky, but we'll find our way. So we'll go right in into this other end. We are going to join the end together and pull just like that, and I will come back right here again, pull the other end and join this and join again so that I can have it firmly joined. Okay, look at that. So we just want it joined like this. So I'll go in again and I'll make a knot with that. I'll come back and hide my tails. I'll make a knot to secure that, just like that. So we have this joined. I'll come back, like I said, I'll come back and hide this end. Or you can decide to make a knot with this. I'm not sure I can do that. Oh, this is right here, this is right here, so I can't make a knot unless I pass this here, make a knot and fasten off. So like I said, I'll be doing that later. So after that, I'll switch to white and go right inside and repeat the same thing. So this is how we'll continue joining. So I'll thread my needle just like that, and I'll go through this. I want the right side of my single crochet outside, just like that. So I'll go in and pass that. Nothing serious, just joining the 2 ends together. So I'll go in again and join this end as well. Like I said, nothing special, just joining 2 ends together, and I'll make a knot to secure that. So I have that joined. So I'll be joining this, I'll be hiding this later. So I'll switch to pink. So I hope you get it now, you get the drill now. So I'll switch to pink and repeat the same thing. After that, I'll switch to white and I will continue until I have the very last one that I want to join. Remember, the last one you'll be joining must be pink because we started with pink here. So when I want to join the last one, I will come back and show you how to. Then we are going to join our longer strap and add the flowers. So to work the last one, I actually had to do one more pink because remember I said I was going to do 11, but then it was kind of short like this, so I added 2 more. No, I added 1 more pink. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So this is the extra pink, that's 13. So I entered my, look at that, I entered my stitch between the second and the third stitch right there. So I have that in. So okay, so I'll grab this, I'll make sure it's not twisted, and I'll pass this inside, I'll pass it through my last this thing, which is the white, and we are going to do just the same thing we've been doing with the other ones. Trying to thread my needle, so I'll just go ahead and I'll pass this right here, pass this here. Then I'll come back here to this point and the edge right here. That's the same way we've been joining all the pieces. Just find my way in anywhere. I'll go right in. Now I'll go back in to make a knot so as to secure that. So I'll go ahead and hide this and we'll come and join our long strap. So this is what we have. Look at that, very beautiful and neat. So for the longer strap, this is optional. If you did not do your, if you are not adding longer strap, so you just keep this this step or this process. So I'm going to get a thicker needle. I have a yarn tail here. You can see the ends. We have one with yarn tail and the other without yarn tail. So right here, this is the first round of our single crochet. Second, third, this is where we joined. So I'll join right here at the back. This will be the front of my back. Here I will be adding my flowers. So I'll pick this end that has no yarn tail. So I'll just sew back and forth. You have a better way to join this, please use it. So I join that. I'll go in again right here, come out, go back in, come out. So we are just trying to secure that. So I'll just go ahead, hide this tail, and I will repeat the same thing for this other end right here. So when I have that joined, we just come and join our flowers. So after joining the longer strap, right now the last thing we'll be joining is the flowers. So I have my hot glue here. I'm going to apply some right here at the back. Not too much, so I'll apply that, and right here, you see where we have the opening, I will join right there. I'm going to place that there. Now grab the second flower, grab another one, apply some, and I'll place this right here. I'll make sure it's overlapping a little, something like that. And this is how we are going to continue. Pick the third and repeat the same thing. And I will attach. Like I said, I'll make sure it is overlapping a little, just a little right there. So I will go ahead and continue this until I have it completely joined right here to the top. So I don't know if I'll be finishing, I'll be exhausting the 12 pieces, or I will have some left. So I will just come and show you the finished look and the number of flowers I added or that I used. So right here, I actually used all my 12 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I used all the 12 flowers, and as you can see, you know, I love being extra. And also for the other 2 pieces we have in this set, which is the pant and the pant, and okay, we have the bucket hat, the pant and the top, we added a little bit of bead. So I just decided to, okay, why not? So decided to play around with my size 6 and size 4 pearl bead, and this is what I have. It's totally optional. If you don't find it cute, you can skip it. And if you have bead, if you have any other way you can beautify it, please go ahead. So this is what I have, and this is what our finished cute little bag looks like. And I hope you are able to make yours, and I hope you find this video useful. If you do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not yet a subscriber. So our next tutorial should be for unisex, or we should make a ball dress, a ball gown, either of the two. So depends on how the spirit leads. So like I said, this will be the end of this video tutorial, and thank you for the support, thank you for the comments, the likes, and the subscriptions. Thank you. Until next time, stay safe. Bye.